Alright guys, so before we get into this Code Vein 2 video, special shout out to Bandai Namco for the early access, by the way. Let's take a look at this cutscene real quick. I just want y'all to see something with me, alright? If you're a anime loving, waifu loving individual like I am, you'll appreciate you'll appreciate the scenery here. Just trust me. Trust me. Good Lord. Yes. Guys, if you're not sold after this, all right, a hot vampire chick jumping on your hot vampire chick and just gnawing into her neck. I don't know what else what else to tell you. I'm enjoying it. All right, gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tanek127, and welcome back to another video. And guys, in today's video, I want to share Code Vein 2 with you all. But in my video, we're not going to do what the typical reviewer does, alright? Okay, because we're not going to give Code Vein 2 a review. Spoiler alert, I really like Code Vein 2. If you enjoy anime games, action RPGs, Souls-like RPGs, or anything of that nature, do I think you should play it? Yes. Absolutely. So that sums up that part. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys Code Vein 2. I think the developers have done a lot of work and planning and got a lot of inspiration for this game. Like, for example, two big inspirations I think they have in here are Lies of P and Elden Ring. I'll show you guys those reasons in a minute. Lies of P, main example of this this little hub space you have right here for Code Vein. Now, in all fairness, they had this in Code Vein 1, but this one just gives me a lot of Lies of P vibes. Like from the music to the chill tone of the area. Like I think there's a lot to be had here when it comes to Lies of P. But your NPCs chill here. There's all kinds of different shops and everything. But let's go ahead to the meat and potatoes of this game and show you guys how everything is set to work. Alright, so surprise, as I'm sure you guys have seen and heard from some of the previews by now, Code Vein 2 is 100% open world. And I don't mean semi-open world. I don't mean, there's just some open world areas. No. Here's the map. I'm over 20 hours in, and I don't even have it all uncovered yet. It's a huge open world, and there's a lot to do. I'm talking from meeting new NPCs, making choices that can affect your ending of the game, making choices that will affect your relationship with other NPCs, all kinds of stuff. Let's get on our mount and ride around and talk about it. Yeah, that'll give you an idea of how sizable this open world is. They even give you a mount. Now, so far, Code Vein 2, my honest impressions of it, like I was saying earlier in the beginning of the video, I've had a lot of fun with this game. I think it's a great time. If you enjoyed the original Code Vein, if you enjoy Dark Souls or anime style games, you will definitely love Code Vein without a doubt. If I had to compare this, I would say the best way to look at Code Vein 2 is if Code Vein 1 was anime Dark Souls, Code Vein 2 is anime Elden Ring. That's the that's the simplest way to put it when you compare these two games, and that's mainly thanks, to how the open world works, how all the questing works and stuff like that. Like there's even different choices you can make in the game that will take you on like different storyline paths and stuff like that. Well, at first I thought this guy wanted to fight, but he's actually just an NPC. And you're going to see NPCs all like this throughout the open world. NPCs, you know, they just want to sell you things, offer you quests, and all kinds of fun stuff. Well, go ahead, let's hop back on the bike, take a little bit more of a ride around. So you know, I can just show you guys like how big everything here gets.
Are you all right?
And oh my God, that hurt. I want to do this, but I don't want to kill myself. Oh my Lord, and I'm going to. So we're going to check out one of these open world areas of Sunken City. This is a place I've mostly done already. I've taken care of the dungeon here. Dealt with a lot of big stuff here. I don't know if there's too many side things for me to do around here or not. There could be. There's a little something over here in this dungeon area. I don't know what that symbol actually represents though. So maybe we're gonna tour over there and find out. But like I was saying, just think of a open world anime style Elden Ring, just more apocalyptic and with improved gameplay over Code Vein 1. The gameplay is definitely a lot better, a lot smoother. It's more hard hitting, impactful, and Souls-like feeling rather than how it was before. Like, you know how the gameplay in Code Vein 1, it felt very floaty? This one feels a lot more weighted. And like you'll see that especially when you fight the bosses. They're really hard hitting, you know, you get like flung into walls and stomped into the floor, and it's just, you know, you can just feel the impact in a lot of these battles. Now, when it comes to Code Vein 2, I do have one big complaint, and I think there's one really stupid thing that the developers did. And I don't know why they went and made this choice, but this is what's bugged me, this is what's bugged a lot of my friends, this is what bugs probably everybody I personally know who was a fan of the original Code Vein. And I don't know why they made this choice, especially, you know, making this one open world, more, you know, Elden Ring like it. They did everything right. Everything. The character creation's better, the outfits are awesome. You can even make your characters even thicker than you guys can in the last one. I'm sure you can tell by just looking at my character here, if you can't tell already. But they took out the fucking multiplayer.
What did he say?
Why? I don't know why they did that. I don't know what ailed them and made them think that was a good idea. But Code Vein's multiplayer was one of the coolest things about the experience. And it annoys me because, like, when they made the first one, they even made the DLC bosses, like, you know, kind of like raid farms and stuff like that, you know, just, it was mostly focused on, like, you know, getting the new gear and blood codes and stuff like that that you could from those bosses. And, you know, the multiplayer experience just made it better. In this game, there's so many side dungeons, so many open world bosses, so many different things you can farm, loot, and all that. If you are a multiplayer person, that would have been 10,000 times more fun with friends. Now, the one thing I will give them in their defense for removing the multiplayer, the NPC partners you get in this game, they are really good.
Stay alert.
Like, if you're a person who likes to play multiplayer just because you suffer from the difficulty of Souls games, don't stress that part at all. These NPCs are really good. They're really good with helping with boss fights. It's almost like fighting with a real person. Like, that's how good these NPCs are. They revive you on point. They're helping out with heals when they can. They're always attacking. You know, they work like a real person. So that part, if that's the part you're worried about and why you play multiplayer in some of these games, you don't have to stress that at all. But the fact that, you know, I like playing these games with my friends. You know, when I first got my review code, because, you know, I was mostly trying to stay surprised for Code Vein 2, so I didn't look at, you know, too many of the dev trailers and all that stuff. But when I first got it and I realized that there was no multiplayer, I was so heated. I was so disappointed, and so were my buddies. They were just like, oh man. Like, the one thing we were hoping they were going to expand on the multiplayer, because they expanded on everything else. Like, you now, like, the blood code system's here, but it's even more in-depth, and it's a lot easier to level, thank God, and it feels more rewarding. You have the jail system this time where you can mix different finisher moves with your blood clothes. Like, they improved every aspect. You have a defensive weapon, a shield you can use all the time. You have an offensive weapon, which can give offensive buffs, do different AoE attacks, all kinds of special things. Like mine, for example, does this. It's a giant axe that drops this big old AoE circle right here. But they improved everything. The weapons look cooler. The character creator's better. The photo system's better. The settings, the world building is better. The story is more in depth. There's more choices you can make. There's so much things you can do. Even the DLC is better that they announced, because it's going to be an actually storyline driven thing. They answered every single wish and every single complaint I had about the original Code Vein. Except with the multiplayer part. The only thing I'd wanted was just to, hey, be able to play with one extra person, have a full team of 3 instead of 2. And instead of doing that, they took it away. That's my only complaint about Code Vein 2. If you've enjoyed Elden Ring, if you enjoyed Code Vein 1, if you enjoyed Dark Souls, and especially, for you guys who love playing Souls games solo anyway, this will be great. Guys, it's a fun time. There's so much to do. Like I said, I'm only 20 hours in, not even. And there's still all this world to explore, all this stuff to do, and this is just a little bit of portion I've done. All this has taken me over 20 hours, and I'm not even done everything in these areas. There's a lot here, guys. A lot here. Should you play Code Vein 2? Absolutely. And I do hope with one thing they do say with this game, the storyline, you don't need to know the storyline from Code Vein 1 to play Code Vein 2. I'm going to give you guys my personal opinion. I find that notion false, because there's a lot of tie-ins to the Code Vein 1 story. I'm not going to say you can't play Code Vein 2 without playing Code Vein 1, but I'm going to highly recommend that you do play Code Vein 1 a lot, because there's so many references to characters that were in the original, things that happened and stuff like that. A lot of that knowledge you should know. It'll make the story a bit more relatable. Like I said, I'm not saying you have to play it, but I'm going to go on the opposite of what the devs are saying and say that you should. That's just my personal opinion. And if they're going to ride that train, then that's more of a reason for them to bring this to Switch too. Because if you really don't need to play the first one, y'all never gave Switch players the first one. Give them the second one. But anyway, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap up my my thoughts and, just a little showcase I wanted to show you guys for Code Vein 2. I didn't want to do anything that dived into any story spoilers, nothing like that. I just wanted to show you guys the game. Take a more, direct and simple approach. I think it's a great game. It's a lot of fun, and I'm going to be playing the hell out of it over the next few months while we wait for that awesome DLC. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.
In the black and ice.